Hello everyone, and a very warm welcome to this very first episode of Ghost Story Conversations, a brand new interview series from This Is a Ghost Story. I'm producer Andrew.
I'm Kathryn.
And I'm Alison.
And today we're joined by somebody who will be very familiar to people in the paranormal community. That's Emma from Ghostly Gatherings. Hi Emma.
Hi there. Thanks for having me.
An absolute pleasure to have you. Now, if you've not come across Emma before, she's the founder of Ghostly Gatherings, a paranormal investigation team that hosts events across Bedfordshire, Hertfordshire, Buckinghamshire, and increasingly further afield, giving people the chance to explore some of the UK's most intriguing haunted locations, that's safe to say. Some very intriguing locations indeed. In fact, we attended one of Emma's investigations back in 2025 at the Buckingham Arms in Leighton Buzzard. And it's been fantastic to finally welcome her onto the show. So we're going to take a deep dive into Emma's paranormal journey, the story behind Ghostly Gatherings, and some of her most memorable investigations. And of course, the reason we're all here, and that is ghosts. So grab a drink, get comfortable, and let's get started.
This is a ghost story.
So, Emma, for listeners and viewers who may not know you, can you tell us a little bit about yourself and Ghostly Gatherings?
Okay. I'm a mum of two. I've got two boys. One's 16 and the other one's 35. Big gap, I know. And I've lived in Leighton Buzzard about 12 years now, I think. Originally from Wigginton, Ittering, where I grew up and had very many things happen over the years. But I love Leighton Buzzard. I think it's a wonderful town to live in, and I'm very settled here now after so many years.
It's a nice town, isn't it?
Lovely. So, Emma, when did you first realise that you were experiencing things that some other people weren't?
I don't think it was ever a conscious thing. Growing up, I had my spiritual awakening, I believe, when I was 5. I remember seeing my first spirit when I was 7, but it wasn't something that I was consciously aware that I was different from anybody else. I just accepted it. It wasn't until I got sort of my late teens, maybe early 20s, that things were really starting to change. Things were becoming more obvious. As a teenager, you get drunk and you get a Ouija board out and it's all a bit of a laugh and a giggle. It's the quickest way to see people sober up, I have to say.
I would.
So as a teenager, I kind of dabbled a little bit, but never really took it seriously. But it wasn't until I moved into my first house that was mine that things actually started to be very obvious that things were happening, and that's when I took more of an interest in the spiritual world. And it kind of grew from there, really. So
can I ask, what would you say was the first time that you thought, okay, that's a ghost? From when you were, first becoming aware that actually not everyone.
Yeah, I think that was when I was 7. I lived in Wigginton, as I say, and we had Tring Park, which was literally a 5-minute walk away. Yeah. And there used to be a big Rothschild's house. They're still there. I'm very good friends with them still, the people that live in there. Around the back, there were some stables that was part of the house from back in the day. And we used to go up there. They were derelict. There was no roof on some of it, and some of the stalls where the horses would stand were still there. And I remember just looking up and seeing this guy sitting on top of the wall between the two stalls where the horses were, just looking down. And I kind of looked up at him, and then it just vanished. But as a kid, you just kind of giggle and run away, and and then you kind of get outside and you think, did I actually see that? Did I imagine that? And I didn't really nothing kind of registered with me at the point. Yeah. But that is the first memory I have of actually experiencing something.
Did you tell anyone? Were you
no.
like, oh my gosh, I need to go and see if anyone else
I kept it to myself.
Yeah, okay.
I did keep it to myself. And it kind of, I had a big gap from then until my next experience. There was a big gap between that. Maybe I'd shut down. I didn't want to. Maybe it frightened me more than I expected. No. So it may be that I shut down. I don't know. But it wasn't then until my teenage years that, things actually started happening more and more.
Emma, was there a point when you were young that you opened up to your family about what was going on, what you were seeing, what you were experiencing?
My father has always been interested in the paranormal, UFOs, all that sort of stuff. The human combustion thing as well. He was always looking into those sort of things. So it was always in the house. Yeah. I mean, he would have books and books lying around everywhere about spirits and ghosts and all the haunted buildings. And that was my childhood reading.
That was your library.
That was my library.
That was your library.
So I never really thought any differently to it. My father was always... He wasn't encouraging because he was always concerned about mental health and it taking over and kind of having a negative effect on you. But it never did. I mean, I was the child at 5, 6, 7 years old. I used to sit up and watch the vampire films and that was my Friday night treat. You know,
Yeah.
Peter Cushing and, you know... the
best ones.
Yeah. And, you know, there aren't many 5-year-old girls that would sit up there at midnight. That was my Friday night treat.
So brave.
Absolutely.
Yes.
So it was always there, but never really kind of manifested into anything until I was older.
Yeah.
But my father, although he didn't discourage me, he was always be very careful. I mean, he had an experience with the Ouija board years as he was a teenager, and he always said, you know, the board's not the problem, but you have to be careful because it can actually send you a little bit over the edge if you have a bad experience.
Yeah.
So he never discouraged me, but he never stopped me either.
Yeah.
And it was just acceptable in our house that was what I was interested in
Yeah.
from a very young age.
Awesome.
And I was very lucky to have parents that actually thought that way.
Yeah.
That must have helped in some respects, being around and being introduced to a lot of this kind of early on, being in a family that is, I guess, you would say quite spiritual in some respects.
Yes.
That must have helped accept things a little bit easier.
It was. I mean, you go back down my family line. My dad's mother, she was a tea leaf reader, and she was a numerologist. I
thought you were going to say she was a thief. She was a tea leaf.
There was possibly that as well. I don't know.
Okay. We'll save that for the crime podcast.
So yeah, she was always also into numerology, and she used to say to me, "I'll think of a number," or she'd say to them, "What's the number between 1 and 10?" And you'd come, and she just wander off. Okay, yeah, and she used to answer. That was her thing, tea leaves and numerology. But if you go back through my whole family, my great grandmother was a Romany gypsy in a little caravan reading tarot back in the day when witches and that were really badly thought of. And if she'd been found out, she probably wouldn't have survived.
Absolutely.
So it goes all the way back, and I think it was that acceptance that every generation had that spiritual connection somewhere.
Yeah.
Not all the same. I mean, my aunt in Canada, she also is very spiritual, and she speaks to my grandmother every day.
Wow.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And my cousin's also going through the same kind of transformation that I've been through at the same time.
So it's literally
It is,
generation
yeah.
after generation.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Absolutely, yeah.
Wow.
And my son now, Toby, my younger one, he's an empath and he's clairaudient. He hears everything every day. Mum, did you say such? No, I haven't said a word. And he hears voices all the time.
And how does he manage that? Like,
He just... It doesn't
water off a duck's
Yeah,
back, like,
absolutely.
meh,
Yeah,
that's his norm.
Yeah, that's normal for him.
Helps when you're in a
That's him.
spooky family, doesn't it?
It does. Yeah.
Yeah. So at what point, Emma, did you feel like, right, I've got all these like gifts going on, I want to take this further, I'm going to explore this properly? When do you think that happened? Was there a particular occurrence that happened that sent you on that journey, sent you down that path? Or?
It was a slow process. My first house that I moved into after having my eldest boy in Wigginton, I had stuff going on in there, and it started. I thought I was imagining it to start with, and then more and more things would happen. Then the people next door moved out, and I could hear the light switches going on and off next door, which is what I thought. And then I would hear footsteps going up and down the stairs. I've had a door slam in front of my face. I've had a stair gate between the kitchen and the living room to stop my dog going through.
Hell no.
That slammed in front of me and my son. I was grabbed. We had an old pantry doorway, and I was grabbed on the shoulder and pulled backwards out of the pantry.
Do you not get sick of it?
Like, excuse me, no grabbing.
You kind
I'm just trying to get on with stuff in the house here, and
it's weird. You just accept it. It just becomes the norm.
Did that feel in any way like a negative grab, or was it just a like? Can you just move backwards? How did it feel?
Nothing felt bad. Nothing felt negative.
Okay.
I also saw him walk because I had a fireplace and there was a mirror above the fireplace. I actually saw him walk, the shadow of him walk through the mirror. And it wasn't until I was out in the front garden, I'd been there about 13 years, and a guy turned up to do the drop curb next door from the council. And I think I've told you this story before. And I had a Newfoundland dog at the time, and they just attract attention, Newfies. They're just so big and stupid. They're like, oh my God, look at that dog. Yeah.
Oh, lovely.
We would be that.
Yeah, that would be
One
us.
way,
Yeah.
that'd be us.
And he pulled up and he got out of the van and he came over and said, oh, that's a really lovely dog. What's its name? Started chatting. And he said, how long have you lived here? And I said, well, 13 years or so. And then he just looked at me and said, do you have anything strange happening in this house? And I kind of tried to keep a straight face as much as I could. What do you mean? And he said, you have, haven't you? So I could see by your face you have. And he turned around, there's a guy in the cab with him. And he said, I told you it was haunted. And the bloke's laughing in the cab.
Wow.
And he just reeled off all these things that I'd experienced one by one. Everything he'd said had happened to him. It was happening to me at the same time. And he actually said that he was sat in an armchair in the front room one night because he was so frightened that he didn't know what to do, and he just sat there with a shotgun.
Oh
waiting.
my
my
goodness.
Lord.
He was absolutely terrified. His sister lived there with a little baby, and they actually moved out because they were absolutely terrified of what was going on, and he was left in the house on his own. And then he just decided to leave. He moved and moved out. But yeah, everything that I'd experienced, he'd also experienced sort of 15 years prior. And that was kind of the turning point for me, thinking, all right, okay, there's definitely something in this.
Yeah.
I've experienced stuff all my life, but this is now, you can't make that up.
Yeah.
You can't, that's nothing.
I wonder if you'd been there the longest. I wonder, like, if all previous
Possibly.
homeowners had been like, no thanks.
It may well have been. It may well have been.
I wonder if they still have issues now there.
Yeah, good question.
I have thought about knocking on the door. It's a Chinese family that live there, and they are very spiritual, the Chinese.
Okay.
And I don't know
Well,
whether
yeah.
it might be a little bit too much for them. I had a Chinese friend who I used to talk to this about, and it used to terrify her.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I've not knocked on the door. But I would love to.
Yeah, very spiritual and very superstitious as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're right. There could be
Yeah.
maybe a bit of a danger there potentially as well. Yeah.
I don't want to upset anybody or frighten anybody.
Well, that's it.
That wouldn't be fair. But I would
Yeah.
love to go knocking on the door. So
to
maybe
One
see.
day. You never
One
know.
day,
One day
yeah.
you might go, actually, today's the day. I'm going to go knocking. Let's
Well,
see.
they live round the corner from my I used to live literally around the corner from my parents, so I
Yeah.
drive past it every time I see my parents. So there's an
the
opportunity. Yeah, I
temptation
know.
every
It's like, shut
time.
up.
Right, we're going now. We're taking the camera. Let's do this. Let's do it. Let's do like the Dad's Doorstep Challenge.
Yeah.
You've mentioned before about a ghost hunt where you encountered a monk,
Yes.
and that became a bit of a turning point for you.
That was shortly after I left the house where all this other stuff that I was just talking about. It was
Yeah.
literally within 2 years of me leaving that house. I moved to Worcester and Wiltshire, and I got friendly with one of the school mums, and she was into ghost hunting, and she used to start going to events. I never knew there were ghost hunting events available at that point. I'm going back sort of 12, 15 years ago now.
Yeah.
So for somebody to say to me, why don't you come on a ghost hunt? And I'm like, oh my God, it's my dream come true.
Yeah.
Absolute dream come true. So we went to, it's now called the Oak Craven Centre, but it used to be called Mitchell Dean Old School, as in the title. It used to be an old school. And I walked in there, and you walk into the main hall, and there's like a balcony thing that goes around the top, with stairs leading up. And there's a big dining table, like a medieval dining table, loads of chairs and everything. So I walked into there, and I looked up, and I saw this little Victorian girl in like petticoats with leather boots, all laced up, just skipping round the room. And I said to my friend at the time, I said, there's a little girl in here. I can see a little Victorian girl running and skipping. She go, really? I said, yeah, look, she. And it just carried on, and she was going round and round and round. So that was that. We then split up into our groups and went off and did something. And it was a little wooden shack type of thing out the back. I think it was a storage centre or a storage room or something. And I'm stood there at the back. They had this screen thing on and it was making patterns, and I wasn't really convinced that it was anything paranormal. So I said to him, I'm going to step back and just watch from the back. So I'm stood at the back. All of a sudden, I just get this black figure next to me. So I've turned my head round, and there's a priest in a hood with his hands together, with his head down, just praying. And as I've looked, he's turned his head and looked at me.
Wow. Put
his head back down, and he's disappeared. And my mum was with me as well at the same time. And I've gone, Mum, can you see that? She's going, oh, I can't see nothing. She said, it's not fair. I want to see things. And that was when I was like, oh my goodness, I need to look into this. We went back to have a break. All the groups got back together. The medium that was taking the night, she said, right, okay, a little bit of background for you. There is a Victorian girl that is seen dancing around in this room.
Validation right there.
And there's also a monk been seen walking down those stairs. And I'm like,
you got the bingo card, didn't you? You're like, yeah, full house.
And my friends just looked at me and went, how on earth did you get that? And I went, I don't know. I just do. And it was such a surprise to me to actually pick up on those things and actually see them when nobody else could. I mean, I was just like,
he
whoa.
came, like he was next to you.
Yeah.
Do you think he knew? He was like, I know that she knows.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna
possibly,
shuffle up,
yeah. I mean,
do my praying.
It can have the opposite. Sometimes I walk into a room and they all go quiet because they know I'm open.
Oh, yeah.
And we do have that occasionally on events. And then as soon as I walk out, they'll be on the board and the board will start going again. And it's like people don't, but it can work both ways.
It's frustrating though at times. You're like, oh, guys.
It can be. Yeah. It can be. But I see enough anyway, so I don't like to be greedy. It's like, let the guests see it. It doesn't bother me.
No, it's all right. You can. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine with that.
I'll just go home and talk to my own one. It's fine.
So out of that kind of ghost hunt experience, I guess you got the bug for it then, didn't you?
Oh, goodness, yeah.
So ghostly gatherings, was that kind of born out the embers of that?
It kind of was. I spoke to one of the mediums that was there on that night, and I said, I've seen what you've been talking about. And she said, you need to do a spiritual awakening course to actually learn how to open up, how to meditate, how to let things come through. You need to learn about your spirit guides, your gatekeepers and all the rest of it. And then you're in a better position to understand what's going on. So lo and behold, they were actually starting courses in Angelica's in town.
Yes.
Yeah.
No,
so I went and
Evangelicals.
I did a basic spiritual awakening course in there, and oh my goodness, the meditation itself just opened up so much for me. I learned how to do psychometry, which I didn't realise I could do.
Brilliant.
Which I do. I don't do enough of it, but I can pick up an object and get something off of it, and I've really surprised people from doing that.
Honestly.
It still freaks me out a little bit. It's like, where does that come from? It's. I feel very honoured that I've got this, but I also don't understand it still. It's very hard.
You're still learning.
I think we're all learning. I don't think you ever stop learning, but it's very. People say to me, how do you get that? And I don't know. I haven't got an answer for that. It just comes, and I don't know how to.
It just is.
It just is, yeah, and that's what I say. It just is. So I did that, and then they said at the end of the course, what do you want to do with this? And I said, well, I'd love to do ghost hunts. I'd love to take the general public out. And he was a little bit, don't know about that.
Oh, yeah. Frowned upon.
It was frowned upon a little bit, I have to say. He wasn't too keen on it. I said, well, you asked, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And then within 3 months, I had everything set up, websites, bank accounts, team members.
No dilly-dallying
no,
there, just go.
The fact that it only took me literally a few weeks to set up, it was meant to be. My whole life's journey has been to get to this point.
Sometimes things happen for a reason, and sometimes you just know, don't you? Yeah.
And did you ever imagine that it was gonna grow to the big team that you've got today?
No. I started off with 2 other ladies.
Yeah.
One of the ladies was the one that came with the monks. The lady that saw when I was with the monk thing. She was one of my original. I had another lady called Jess who was absolutely lovely, but work commitments and family, they've had to kind of step back a little bit. But we're a team of 18.
Wow.
And we all take it in turns. It's like a huge family. we all look out for each other. You know, if anybody's got problems going on at home, we all look to step in and help each other out. It's
family do.
They do.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you watch out for each other.
Yeah. I'm very, very lucky and very honoured to have each and every one of them. They are just the most amazing team, and I actually couldn't do it without them. Yeah. You know, I'm often, you know, thank you so much, guys. You don't know what you mean to me. It's just, I'm very, very lucky.
Nah, that is good.
Very lucky. Yeah.
Yeah, so you don't just help each other spiritually, it's on the earthly plane as well.
Yes. Yeah.
Lovely.
So with ghostly gatherings, what makes it different from other paranormal groups that you've got out there?
I think it is the fact that we all look out for each other.
Yeah.
There's a lot of, and I hate to be negative about the paranormal world because that's not what I'm about, but there's a lot of difficult people. We've got no egos. Ego is a big thing in the paranormal world, and I don't know whether you guys have already realised that, but there is huge egos within groups, and none of us are better than the other. We're all on an equal plane, and we all see each other as being equal. Even though I'm running it, I'm just as much equal to everybody else. And I take advice from people, and we just gel. We gel as a team, and that shows in our events because people come up and say, "What a great team you've got. You know, you are so lovely. So and so is really lovely. We've had, you know, Tracy or Lucy or Liz or whoever in my team today, and they were so lovely." And I think that helps. There's no infighting. There's no one person want to be better than the others.
Yeah.
And we all step aside. If somebody wants to do something, everybody else will step aside. And, you know, there's no...
If only, like, the rest of the world was like that.
Indeed,
Do you know what I mean?
indeed,
Just,
yeah.
On a general level, in the workplace, you know, on the school playground, whatever. You know, we're all in it together. So.
And I think it does actually show in our events. You know, it's such a chilled, relaxed atmosphere when we go in.
That. It was great.
Yeah.
I was like,
thank
this is
you.
good. We had fish and chips. It was like,
That's right. I thought, that's right. Yeah.
And then, away we were. It was great.
Yeah, no, it was
So
good.
nice.
It was a good atmosphere,
Yeah,
which I guess is quite strange in some respects for a ghost hunt, but it is a good atmosphere.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, some people might be expecting doom, gloom, and, you know, people to really be hamming things up, and it's just real. It's people.
Yeah.
And that was enjoyable, especially at the Buckingham Arms, because that was a pub that we'd always wanted to kind of look at and investigate. We heard the stories over the years
And when that
and
came
things.
up, I think you spotted it, didn't you?
I think so, yeah.
And you were like, oh, look at this.
Yeah,
Like, get it booked.
I'd heard
Come on.
rumours in the past that there was supposed to be some ghostly knockings and footsteps going
at the
on in that
door
pub. Yeah, so I was like, let's go.
But it's getting refurbished at the minute.
Yeah,
and
I
I think
saw
there's a
that.
new landlord
Face
going in
it.
there, so I wonder if that's upset anything that's in there.
I would
Yeah.
hope so. And I'm
Yeah,
going to
yeah.
take a little wander up there in the next few weeks and
Had
just knock
anything
on the door.
peculiar happen here? No, definitely. So with your team, and the one thing we did find interesting was it does include people from all ends of the spectrum. You got physically sensitive people like yourself. You got people who don't claim any abilities at all. Is it important to have that balance?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Everybody keeps everybody else grounded. We can go off and say, oh my goodness, look at that, that's happened. And somebody come along who's got no beliefs whatsoever and say, well, actually, it could be that. And it's like, oh, yeah, damn.
That's the balance.
So, yeah,
Balance
it is.
right there.
Yeah,
Bring you back down
absolutely.
to earth.
And we all have our own input. I think it's so good. We can discuss things without it becoming heated as well, which is good.
That's good.
Respect. then.
Respect
There's good
each other's.
respect
Yeah,
going on.
yeah.
Well, that's it. Everybody has different opinions on things, and I think you even get, there's different theories of things. There's different, and that's the thing. It's quite hard sometimes to understand with that kind of spiritual world, ghosts and other things like UFOs. No, especially when it comes to things like UFOs, like nobody really knows what some of this is, and there's lots of theories, and some sound like they're right, and then you think actually it must be that, and then you think, oh, it must be that as well, or maybe a bit of both. And that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, how many times have I took a photograph and be like, Kathryn, there's orbs. Like, Andrew, it's dust. Yeah, okay, yeah, fair enough.
I mean, I think, because we've been, like, on ghost hunts around the country, and you do, sometimes people do kind of get a bit argumentative about what is there and what isn't there. So we've seen clashes, but I think it's great that you have so much respect for each other.
Yeah.
And you maintain that balance. Yeah, I think that's...
Yeah, no, it is good. I mean, there are some times when we say, do you think this? But we accept everybody's point of view as well. I mean, like you said, we're all learning. You're never, ever going to be there are no experts in the paranormal world. None whatsoever. Everybody's learning, and things change in your own head. You know, over the years, things develop and change in your own beliefs.
That's an excellent viewpoint, actually. You know, everybody's learning. I think everyone needs to keep hold of that, you know, in the back of their minds. Yeah.
Are there any particular qualities you look for in people before they kind of join the family for ghostly gatherings?
Only that they'll fit in.
Yeah.
That they're calm and accepting. I'd never ever ask anybody if they've had an experience, because that can be taught. And I never ask if anybody's got any spiritual gifts or abilities, because you either have or you haven't, and it doesn't matter to me. You can be an investigator without having any of those.
Yeah.
The fact that you've got to fit in with the team. I don't want somebody walking in and disrupting everybody because they've got an ego, or because they don't agree with somebody, or just in general you have clashes of personality, don't you? That for nobody's fault, that's the way it is. So for me, the most important thing is they fit in with the rest of the group, and if they don't, then I have to politely say, really sorry, but it's not working.
You don't want somebody coming in and rocking the boat, really, do you?
No, it's such a lovely group that we've got. That's the most important thing to me, that nothing like that actually changes, because the rest of it can be taught or accepted, that, you know, you haven't got a gift. Investigating is actually, I wouldn't say easy, but the basics, you know, the basics can be taught, and then it's for you personally to grow that. But yeah, it's more about the team than actually the investigating as such.
Yeah.
We ourselves, we're quite new to the kind of paranormal world. We've obviously always been interested in the paranormal. You know, kids of the 90s, the Osborne Book of Ghosts, me watching the X-Files when I shouldn't have been, and things like that. And obviously there's some preconceived ideas of what paranormal investigation teams are. You know, people, you know, picture Scooby-Doo and things like that. So what misconceptions have you found that people have about, you know, these paranormal investigative teams like yours?
The main thing I would say is that ghost hunting isn't like you see it. It's nothing like what you see on the TV. It's absolutely not. Most of it is quiet. Most of it is sitting in the dark. Most of it is just sitting in complete and utter silence, listening. You've got TV shows where there's things being thrown around and there's bangs and taps and you've got people screaming. It's not like that. And some people turn up expecting it to be like that, and that's the first thing I say in my introduction on a night, is that whoever watches TV programmes, it's nothing like that. And then that gives them something to... Because if you're going in there expecting to see, I don't know, men in sheets walking around and all that sort of thing, you're going to be disappointed, because you're not going to get what you're expecting for the night. So it's good to be honest and open right from the start. Say, right, okay,
authentic.
This is what happens. Rather than trying to pick it all up and then them go home thinking, oh, that was a load of rubbish. And you can't force it either. You know, they're either going to work, they're either going to play ball for the night or they're not. So you have to prepare people for that. TV shows, I don't watch them. I actually refuse to watch them. I saw 2 or 3 episodes of Most Haunted when it very first came out, and I thought, what a load of nonsense, and I have my own views on that, but there we go. But I have avoided all TV shows. I don't watch any of them.
That's the problem, isn't it? Some certain shows, not every show, but I guess certain shows, especially when they've got a production team behind them and they require airtime TV, they want people to watch things. It's quite damaging to the kind of paranormal community, isn't it, in the world? I'm not saying this about any show in particular, but of course, you know, there are, you know, especially in America, TV execs, they go, we want this, you know, you want this in 50 minutes, we want, you know, things happening, and it is damaging, isn't it?
Yeah, we went down to Castle Cottage about 3 or 4 years ago now, and we had a producer turn up. He was really interested in what we were doing, and he was thinking about doing a show involving us. And one of the first questions he asked was, what happens if nothing goes on? And I said, we don't fake anything. It is what it is. And his reaction was, well, that's no good for us. We're making a TV show. And I said, I'm not dropping my my responsibilities. I'm not going to fake anything. Sorry, we're not for you. It's not what we're about. And we walked away and left it. It's not worth it.
That takes a lot of. That shows you as a person are a very good person in that respect. There's so many that would have went, bit of money, fame, fortune.
Yeah,
I'm there.
It's not about pound signs for me. It never has been. It's about a passion that I've got to get that evidence, to get something on camera or on audio to show other people, look, this is what we've got. Isn't it amazing? It's never, ever been about money for me, ever. And people find that really strange.
I love that.
No, I love
that.
it.
Do you know what? It's what you get is what you get, and what you don't get, then fair enough. You know, I think that's brilliant.
Yeah,
that's refreshing, actually.
That is.
A real refreshing take, isn't it?
Thank you.
I'd vote for ghostly gatherings any day.
100%.
No.
Let's get that on the telly. That'll be good. That'll be good.
So, for folks out there, what would you say a ghost or a spirit actually is? And
The $1 million question.
do you what is the term you would use? Even do you use ghost?
I don't
spirit,
use
soul?
I say spirit. Mm-hmm. I try not to use the word ghost. It slips in every now and again, but I generally it's a spirit or an energy. I believe it's an energy that's left behind. I don't believe in heaven and hell. I don't believe in angels being physical things. I don't believe in demons. I believe that we all have an energy. Our brains are electrical pulses that control the rest of our body, and we've got these electrical pulses going all the way through us constantly, all day and all night. And I believe that, as Einstein said, you can't remove. It changes. That energy has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
And that's what's left behind.
Yeah.
That is my kind of take on it. I don't believe that they're actually people. I just believe it's an energy that's continuing as it would.
Energy cannot be destroyed. So,
No.
It's gotta keep going.
Yeah.
In whatever form.
But I don't believe that they're physical beings.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you don't believe? So would you say they're not conscious entities, but more a replaying of the past?
It depends. I mean, you have different types of spirits. So you've got your residual, which is your stone tape theory.
Yeah.
Which, when I talk to people about that, I kind of use the analogy of when you rub a balloon and it creates that static and it sticks to the balloon.
Yeah.
If you've got a lady that walks up and down the stairs constantly all her life as a maid carrying a tray, that static will stick to those stairways and continue doing that once she's no longer there. So that's your residual. You also have intelligence, which are conscious, that are still able to communicate with you. Yeah. And I've had a number of experiences with that as well. And I believe that whereas residuals die and don't know they've died, I believe that intelligent spirits are actually aware of their death and they have a traumatic death. And at that point of death, when they go, oh my God, like an accident or something, their consciousness is aware that they're going to die, and that keeps their conscious energy going.
Yeah.
And then you have orbs, which... Not dust particles.
Not dust particles. Oh, no. I do believe in orbs. That's the only thing I could probably credibly say I've physically seen with my own eyes is an orb. Yeah. But with photographs at times, that was, obviously digital cameras. And it's like, okay, maybe not today. But, yeah.
So I think that orbs are... like a build-up of that energy where they're wanting to communicate but they can't. So all of a sudden the energy just creates into a circle, and just through the energy inside it just shoots across the room. And that's what I believe. That's
exactly what I saw. Yeah.
Because they're quite big. The ones I've seen are sort of 6-8 inches in diameter.
That's it.
And of course you have your poltergeists, which I've got one in my house.
There's a crash of thunder outside just as you said that. Genuinely. We're in the middle of a heat wave right now. It's been boiling all day. It's about 32 degrees. We've got the windows open in here because it is roasting even though it's evening. And as soon as you said that, the rumble of the thunder. Oh my goodness. Yeah. This is the start of a horror film. This is great. No, that's really interesting. It's an interesting breakdown. It feels sad in a respect if you are somebody that went to work every day. You've what?
I've wet myself.
Oh, you've wet yourself. Is it ectoplasm? Is it ectoplasm? Alison's just taking a little drink of water, and the bottles are like, I think, childproof. You're all right. You're all right. Don't you worry. Don't you worry. We'll blame the ghosts. We'll blame the ghosts. It's all good. It's all good. Yeah, can you imagine if you were going to like work every day and you worked so much religiously, you were going up and down these stairs into your place of work, and then that's kind of where your energy kind of is for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
That almost sounds to me like, I know obviously the consciousness is a different thing, but it just sounds a little bit miserable to me in that respect, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You would just think, oh no, I'll go to work when I'm, when I get the chance to not. So yeah, obviously you were talking about the stone tape theory there. Can you explain exactly what the stone tape theory is for people that might not know?
It's a build-up of energy on like a solid object like walls or stairs, from that very constantly going over one thing and another, and it just records that energy within the walls. I think is it limestone, I think, is particularly susceptible to
Apparently so, yeah.
to keeping hold of that energy. And there's another stone as well, which I can't think of off the top of my head. But particular materials are good at holding that energy. Yeah. And then it's just played over and over and over.
Would you say as well, over the years, have your beliefs changed at all?
They are constantly evolving. Yeah. You know, I off the top of my head, I can't think of anything. But you'll have something happen. Yeah. And then 2 or 3 years down the line, something else will happen. And it's like, oh, that doesn't fit in with that. What I thought there. So you have to kind of evolve. I mean, for instance, my spirit guide is my great-great-grandmother. I always thought she was looking down on me, but having had things happen to me recently, I'm actually now coming along to the thought that she's actually part of my DNA and she's actually within me rather than looking down at me. And that's something that I'm kind of developing and trying to work out for myself. I mean, I've always been aware that she's there since my early 20s. She made herself known, and she's always watched over me and has helped me on 3 or 4 very serious incidents that I wouldn't be here today if I don't think that, you know, if she wasn't around. But I've always thought she's somebody looking at me. Yeah. But I now have this whole DNA thing in my head that I'm thinking that maybe it's that I've carried down through the generations, mainly because the generation, like I was saying to you about my family, the whole generation thing, they must be carrying that DNA as well. Yeah. Which is why they're all connected.
Gosh, that's so interesting. Yeah, it's just
hearing
your...
would even have thought of that. Like,
no.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess that would make sense in some respects as well. And of course, energy, like you say, maybe the energy gets connected to you because everybody's energy as well. And maybe because it's the same DNA, it just, oh wow, this is going down a rabbit hole here, aren't we? We're going down a rabbit hole. This is good. This is good.
Just like, I'm imagining like an interconnected network where we're all literally linked up together by our energy. So
I've lost my place again.
Halfway
yes,
down
I found it again. I keep going up to the top and I'm like, we're not there. I'm looking at it constantly thinking, right, we're there next.
Do you want a pen to underline?
This is just like Hollywood.
Go back to school.
I think I'm in need of a carer this evening.
Are you still slightly damp as well?
My sock is, yeah.
Oh, your sock is.
So, have you ever come across anything that has genuinely frightened you? Really?
Honestly?
Frightened you?
No.
Oh, you're so brave.
You go into a building and you get a vibe for it within the first 3 or 4 seconds, whether it's a happy vibe or a sad vibe or an angry vibe. You get places that feel heavy and feel angry and...
Ooh, lightning. Wow.
Oh, gosh. Please no power cuts.
This is perfect for a spooky podcast, isn't it? Brilliant.
Sorry.
I saw the flash out the corner of my eye in the garden. Yes, you get places that can feel very oppressive and...
This is the best soundtrack ever. That is literally the rumble of thunder outside. I don't know if I feel safe in here anymore. It's not stopped yet.
But as far as being scared, no. I would love to be.
Jesus, can you hear that?
Would you? Oh my Lord.
I was going to say, has nothing ever just kind of...
Made you jump? Has anything
made
just
you
come
jump?
Out of...
Only
approached you all of a
only
sudden?
when I've... The only thing that makes me jump is when we're going down dark corridors and somebody comes along and comes around the corner, and I can't fight. That's the only thing that scares me. Everything else, I've had boxes. I've had boxes thrown across the room. I've had doors slam at me. I've heard voices and people shouting, and I love it.
Oh, I need some of what you've
it's
got.
like
Oh,
adrenaline.
man,
it's like
I'm the jumpiest human going.
I guess
need some
that's.
of what you've got.
I guess that's the thing. Sometimes it's the real life horrors that that are more scary. I guess in some respects when you think about it, but I guess it depends. When you hear some stories, but I guess you're probably more likely to be harmed by the living than the dead.
absolutely.
I guess.
I say that all the time.
Can I ask as well? Would you say? Do you think places can be haunted? Do you think people can be haunted, or do you think it's a bit of both? Or I know we sort of already touched upon that with your theory there.
I don't believe in possession. First of all, I think
I love to hear this. Yeah,
I think it's
I'm glad to hear you say that.
There is a reason why. I was a young girl. We went camping with my parents, and Paul McKenna was very first starting out.
Oh yeah.
Okay, he was the holiday
Hypnotist, wasn't he?
Yeah. And he used to go around all the campsite and used to get people doing stuff. And he was at the campsite that we were staying on. I was only about 8 or 9. He pulled my mum up onto the stage, and there was about 10 people, and he went round one by one. He had blokes down to their underwear dancing naked in the middle of the thing.
I don't think you could do that now.
This was down in Charmouth.
Oh my gosh!
Guess where I'm going?
He had men dancing naked together in the middle of the dance floor and everything. And he went to my mum.
That is frightening.
Knowing how good he is, he went to my mum, and he could not put my mum under. She's not the type of person that would allow that to happen. So in my view, because of that, you are conscious of what can happen to you. And I don't believe there's anybody in this world that would want to be possessed and allow that to happen. So I don't believe that it's capable, that it's actually possible to be possessed by anything. I think you have a choice. And I think TV shows have encouraged that kind of environment where people think it's all good.
Do you think that's like a mental health issue?
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody would like to prove me wrong, I'm more than happy to go along with it, and I'm more than happy to change my mind if somebody were to prove that to me.
And everyone's entitled to their views and theories.
So I don't believe in possession. So therefore I can't believe that people are haunted. I believe in locations, and I believe that depending on how open you are is what gives you that experience. So buildings and objects can have a connection, but it's only if you're open enough to it to experience that. You can have 3 or 4 people in a room, and only one person can see something because the rest aren't open. So I don't believe it's the people. I believe it's the location that actually creates that experience.
Yeah. Let's talk about equipment, because obviously you're probably the best person to have any sort of one of these things, because you're probably more powerful and more better tuned in than a lot of these kind of gadgets you see today. But what is your view on equipment?
As a psychic medium, I don't actually need it, but I understand that the general I understand as the general public, they need something to help encourage them, and they need something to work with if they haven't got a gift. It has its place. There's a lot of stuff that, going back to changing my view about stuff that I've bought when I very first started, I no longer use because I don't believe that it gives a positive outcome.
Right.
It has its place. It does have its place. There are things that I would rather use. And again, I've always loved a Ouija board. I've used one of those all my life for over 30 years and never had any problems with them.
I found that so amazing, to be honest. When we came to your event, I was like, Dad always said, don't touch it.
Yeah, you've always been...
I was like, backing up, you guys, go ahead. So I understand.
And that's the thing as a man, when Kathryn always goes, do you ever get one of them or touch one of them? I'm like, hey, I'm going to get you one for your birthday.
And here's what we have under the table.
Yeah. So that always used to be my favourite piece, but we've started doing a double Estes method with the spirit boxes with 2 people, and only with this guy from America, Ryan. Him and I did a double Estes session.
See, I'd be game for that. I'd be up for that.
My God, the stuff we got. We were actually having a conversation between us.
Wow.
Oh, I'd love to see that.
And I take it you're not near each other, are you?
No.
Yeah, that is cool.
No.
Save loads of money on phone calls. Oh my God. That'd be brilliant, wouldn't it?
He came up with the word Russian.
Yeah.
And then I came up with the word Mick and crazy. Unbeknown to us, we get Peter in, who runs the place.
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, that's interesting." He said, "Because last week we had Mick the Mad Russian's nephew here."
Jesus.
Oh my God.
And we were actually having a conversation about it. We had Burn and we had Crash and we had all kinds of stuff. And he actually died in a plane crash out on the field. They were going over and he was actually killed. And we picked it all up on this double Estes session. So I think I think that's my
that's
go-to
exciting.
at the moment. Yeah,
That
it
is
was
so
it
exciting.
blew us away. And Peter, who was running the place, he's like, "Oh my goodness, that's just amazing. Absolutely amazing." So yeah. So I think the spirit box is my favourite piece at the moment, doing a double session. There are things I'm not so keen on, which I'm kind of steering away from. But I'm kind of going old school again.
Yeah. Oh, we like a bit of old school.
Yeah, table tipping, seances.
Yeah, they're so in. We've been looking into like a lot of that, obviously for our normal kind of podcast, and yeah, it seems to be really popular again.
Yeah,
because it was obviously massive in the Victorian era and seemed to really die off, and then it's come back completely.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Sometimes the old methods are the best, I guess.
Absolutely, you can't manipulate. You can't like fudge it either. You can't. It is
But
what
like
it
you
is.
say, energy, certain materials. I suppose.
Yeah.
It's like you were saying, the energy sort of within the materials. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd give it a go. I'd give that a go.
Mm-hmm.
What piece of equipment do you think people misunderstand the most?
The board, without a doubt, it has
yeah.
to be the board.
That'll be me then. Actually, no. That more comes from I was warned away from it from a young age, and therefore I was like, that was ingrained, and therefore I'm not touching it because I'm a good girl and I'm not going to touch it.
See, I was the same. And then when we went to the Buckingham Arms,
You were
with
like-
yourself,
Oh, you're straight in there. You went, yeah, I'll do
I'll
this.
have a go.
Oh, I'll get in.
I was
Katherine's
like, go
like,
on
"What are
then.
you doing?"
Because it was a whole different kind of
Oh,
feeling.
yeah.
Whole different vibe.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't
Yeah.
feel like things were being
Like you
put
shouldn't
on.
touch it.
Because to be
Yeah.
honest, it barely did anything. It didn't spell anything out.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. It is just a piece of board.
Yeah.
Bottom line is it's a piece of board, and you're just using it as a tool for communication. It doesn't bring anything in. It's not a portal to another realm or any of that nonsense. It's just TV, movies, Hollywood that have given it this huge vibe. And actually, it can do damage, but it does damage to your mental health. If you're that frightened of using something, and that goes for anything either, if you're doing dowsing or spirit box, if you're mentally
If you're
nervous
fearful of
or
it.
unstable, that is, if you start getting stuff coming through, that's going to have much more effect on you than the actual tool you're using.
Yeah.
So it's not about the board, it's about you as a person using that board.
It sounds like everyone's got their own equipment that they prefer to use, like on just a personal level. Yeah.
We've got Neil, who loves dowsing. Lucy loves pendulum work. I can't get on with it. I just can't. It just doesn't work for me. And again, I like doing crystal ball work.
Oh yeah.
And people misunderstand that as well. They think you're going to get a picture. It's just a focus so that you can clear your mind so that things come through your head. The actual crystal ball is nothing. It doesn't do anything. It's just a focal point. But people think you're going to get
Almost, I suppose,
pictures.
like a
and
meditation thing.
Yes,
Like you just
yeah,
focus and
yeah.
then just see what comes.
Yeah. And that's all you're doing with the board, really.
Yeah.
You're just focusing on the board and hoping that, you're going to get something. Yeah. But you can get so much more stuff on a board.
It's like you say though, TV, film.
Yeah, it's all had
Dad's saying don't do it. You know.
Yeah.
You can hear that thunder, can't
I know,
you?
I'm just
Jesus.
like, oh my gosh.
Had the old flash as well. It's perfect. Spooky. We haven't done this on purpose. This isn't sound effects, by the way. This is genuinely happening, and we're still sweating.
Humidity.
Yeah, it's not broke it yet.
Humidity is,
So if you're going to an investigation and you're going to investigate a location, what is that one method you're using?
For me, it's my own
Show
gift.
off. There we go.
I would say it depends on the location, really. If you're outside, you can't usually use cat balls or anything like that because the wind and that can possibly have an effect.
What locations do you like going to the most, do you think? Is there a particular type of location that you enjoy the most?
I love church ruins or old mansion ruins, but they're very few and far between, and if you can find one, you're not allowed in generally these days.
Oh, okay.
They have taken a hit recently. I can hear tapping, sorry.
That might be
that might be I've got a little server in the corner.
Ah, okay.
So I'm debunking this one. Debunked. I think it's that anyway, unless you're hearing something else. No, it's okay. And then there's me like going, if there is something going to show itself, do it now in front of all these cameras. That'd be absolutely lovely. You know, there we go.
There's the flash again.
And by the way, I keep moving on this sofa. It's my belt. All right, I'm not letting things rip. All right, you know, just FYI.
thunder.
No, let's get into stories. I want to hear some best stories now.
Okay.
So this is the part I've been looking forward to. What is the most compelling experience you've ever had on an investigation?
Right, had you asked me that a month ago, it'd been a completely different question. We went up to Graiseley Hall with this guy 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, and we were upstairs in the bedrooms, and I put the phone, I left the phone at the end of a corridor, and we're right down the other end of the corridor in one of the bedrooms. We've actually got a video of the phone being pushed, and you can hear a man's voice shouting down the phone at us.
Oh, hell no.
It's actually on the Facebook page, so if you haven't seen it, have a look.
Looking.
It is phenomenal. We heard it at the other end. We all came running down the corridor, and we're like, "What's happened? What's happened?" We heard the voice.
Was it a voice that anybody recognised?
No.
Just curious,
No, it was a gentleman's real kind of voice, and I think he said slowly. So we didn't realise what had happened. We heard the noise, but we couldn't work out what the bang was. So we all came rushing out, and then Louis said to us, "Oh, your phone's gone over." So I've quickly gone through the phone looking, and you can see that there's nobody else in the building. It's just and it doesn't fall. It's pushed. You can see the speed that it goes at.
Yeah.
And it was just like when we saw it, we're like, "Oh my goodness, that's just phenomenal!
Brilliant.
Really good."
Brilliant.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So have to look it up. Have a look.
I definitely will.
Have you ever had a guest experience something that has completely shocked you or...
We go to Auntie Pauline's. I don't know if you've seen Auntie Pauline. We talk about Auntie
you
Pauline all
told
the
us
time.
about
She's
Auntie
the most
Pauline,
loveliest
yeah.
lady, and we've been going there for about 3 years now. She has two spirits. She has the spirit of her late husband, and she also has a spirit called Joe, who died of a heart attack outside the back door, and we know he's there. And she's had years of stuff going on. They're both very friendly. They're both very lovely, and we talk to them. We turn up there. We do live streams. Everything's been absolutely lovely until the last time we went. And I got a feeling. I was up in one of the bedrooms, and I got a feeling something wasn't quite right. And I've walked in, and I said, "Oh dear, somebody stepped in. I can feel somebody really, really angry." And with that, Pauline actually was really emotional. Like sobbing, absolutely sobbing uncontrollably. So I ended up having to go round and do a house cleanse. Now, like I say, we've been there 2-3 years and nothing like that has ever happened. And then bang, out of the blue, you get something that kind of hits you and you think, "Oh my goodness, where's that come from all of a sudden?" And it was a huge shock to all of us that were there. Not real. I mean,
Gate crusher.
Yeah,
essentially.
absolutely. And we now, because I didn't bother putting any protection in. It's like, "Oh, it's only Pauline's. It doesn't matter. We won't bother." And after that, it's made me think, no, every time now we have to put protection in, because it doesn't matter where you go. All of a sudden, you can have something that happens that none of you are expecting. And it was a huge eye opener for us to actually see that happen in somewhere that we thought was very safe.
Yeah.
It hasn't put her off though. She's so lovely. She's like, "Oh, when are you
her.
coming back?"
It sounds lovely.
Yeah.
You think it must be quite nice in some respects, that she's got a husband there. She knows he's there.
Yeah,
And that must be
Yes.
quite comforting.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden there's this darkness and something, and
Yeah.
oh, that does not sound good.
But then you might think, oh, I can't even get rid of you in death.
Ah,
Still hanging about.
We're trying to be nice and be like, oh, this is a nice.
future Alison.
Yeah.
No, he
Are you
sounds
bleeding
like he
still
was
here?
lovely, so it must
Yeah.
be nice to have him still around. I was only joking.
Yeah.
Right, I know you've kind of spoke about, strange things that have happened, especially recently, but what is the strangest thing that you've ever witnessed that didn't make sense at the time, what you were looking at?
I'm not sure if I've spoken with you about this before. As you know, there's an energy in my house. We call him Marcus. I came home from work one day, and going back, I used to have Newfies, and the Newfie used to sit at the bottom of the front door, at the bottom of the stairs at the front door, and he was so stubborn, and I used to sort of have to say, "Come on, Ted, get up, get up." I turned up home from work one day, and I've tried to open the door, and he's wedged at the front door, and I couldn't actually open the door. So I'm like, "Ted, get up. I need to get in." He didn't move. I've then decided I'm going to have to push him. So 11.5 stone of dog is a lot of pushing to do.
My goodness.
Leaning into
Yeah.
it.
So I've got all my body weight on the door, and I'm pushing, but slowly and surely I've managed to slide the door open. Managed to get the door shut behind me, gone to walk in the living room, and Ted sat at the other side of the house at the kitchen door, back door.
Oh no.
And
Oh, no.
I've turned round and I'm like, oh my God, I didn't just imagine that. And I have no explanation to what that was. I can't tell you.
Gosh.
In my research, I know Becca had a big dog, but it wasn't a black one. Right. Now, whether it's just taken that shape or I have no idea, but that took me all my body weight to open that door, and I have no explanations to any of it. And he was just at the back door panting because Newfies pant. He's like, "Oh, hello, Mum, you're home."
So Ted didn't even realise anything was
No,
amiss.
no, he just jumped up as soon as he saw me come through the front room.
Oh, bless.
Yeah.
Bless him.
Yep. I have no idea. I have no explanation for that. And the other one, of course, is when the spirit box went missing, and I spent 3 weeks looking for it.
Oh. Someone didn't want you to have it then.
I was the Raven and Broomstick. I was going to do. She had a divot box.
Oh, yeah.
And she was going to open it during lockdown, and just as a live stream thing. So I said, before you do that, let me get my spirit box. You can do a spirit box session with it first, and then open it afterwards, so that if you see what you get, and then see what's inside it. Brilliant idea. I'll bring one round. So I look into where I normally keep it. It's not there. I strip my entire house down for 3 weeks looking for it. Cannot find it. It's normally in the drawer underneath the TV. Not there. So I end up ordering another one. My partner at the time comes in. So, by the way, I've just ordered a new spirit box. Lily wants to borrow it. I need one anyway for the events. I've just paid out for another one. Within minutes, I go to the drawer to get something else out of the drawer, and it's sit there staring at me
Goodness.
in my face.
I don't lose the remote. I don't. It's the spirits. I'm telling you. I'm using that one every time now. Okay. Every time.
Right.
Yeah, that's freaky though. That is really freaky.
3 weeks, I literally took the whole house
send you
apart.
mad,
It
wouldn't
did.
Do you
I
know
was.
it's here?
Yeah.
I rang round all the event locations that we went to in case I'd left it somewhere. I rang all the team leaders to see if they maybe picked it up. No, and then it was just sat there in the drawer. And I don't know how you can physically open a drawer and take it out and then put it back again. And where do they hide it? Where does it go? Very odd.
Taking the mick. Someone was some spirit was like taking the mick. Oh, let's see her run around for 3 weeks. Yeah. Naughty.
Have you ever been surprised by activity in a location that wasn't supposed to be haunted?
That's a good one. I like that. I like that.
Thank you.
That's the thing, I guess. Maybe places you go into where maybe you're not even there for a ghost hunt, and somebody's like saying hello, or
The
There
garden
was-
centre or something.
There was, no, you know where Vimy Road is, all those units and everything, and you've got what used to be home base is now the range, and you've got Tesco's. I was actually parked up in the home base range side of it. It was the home base at the time. And I parked up, and I've gone to reverse out, and there was a man walking through the car park. And I didn't see him start with, so as I've backed up, I've turned round, and he's there, and I slammed my foot on the brake.
Oh.
My partner said, "What are you doing?" I said, "There's a bloke," and I've turned around. He wasn't there.
Oh man.
And he was. I definitely saw a man there.
It's a good job you'd stopped.
Yes, yeah, indeed. But he wasn't physical.
Yeah.
It wasn't. He just disappeared.
You could have kept going and found out.
Yeah, I should have done, shouldn't I?
God.
But yeah, I sometimes see things out of the corner of my eye, and I think, did I see that or not?
Yeah.
Do you know what? I think we all do that, don't we? Like, to a degree, there's like,
Yeah.
did I? And it's like, I think I'm quite happy to kind of go, nah, it's nothing. It's nothing. Just to make myself feel a little bit better.
When you're working late and I'm by myself. And there was one night where I literally thought I saw a shadow go past the door, and I was like, obviously I didn't want to. Yeah, I did. Because I thought it was you, and I thought, well, you're not here. You're not here. So I
won't be here tonight either.
I was like, had a bit of a freak out, and Carrie was in bed, and I thought, oh no, I'm going to wake her up. I just thought, do you know what I'm going to do? Do you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to shut that. So the door is shut now. I can't see anything. I'm going to bed.
Okay.
Heart pounding. Who is that?
So you're quite nervous then. You're all quite nervous.
It's
You
yes
seem
and
more
no.
chilled out to me. You seem to take
she
it
is more
on the chin.
chilled out.
I think if something happened these days, I'd be more chilled out. But I think originally, when it wasn't the first time I heard something, but it was the more real thing. I couldn't put an explanation on it.
Mm-hmm.
It was my name in my ear, whispered.
Okay.
Nobody there. I was gone. I was in the garden.
I think I'm more jumpy
I was
now,
like,
though,
I'm getting out of the house.
than ever. Like, I'm just a really jumpy person. I just
You
always
are,
have been.
yeah.
Okay.
I was born that way.
Highly
so
strung.
when I'm not expecting things, that's the thing, I'm always rushing around, generally speaking. Like, and it was like the time at home at Mum's house when I trotted up the stairs into what used to be our bedroom, literally turned the corner and I saw like a man and a boy, and I went, I was like, what are you doing? I'm like, oh my gosh, I've just seen, and it was literally a blink and then gone. I don't know who they were. Don't know what they would have been doing in our bedroom.
I'm staying in that room currently.
You are actually, yeah.
Oh dear.
Temporarily.
That'd be all right.
Sleep well.
No, I love that
Good
house,
night.
though. It's got a lovely feel. But
Yeah,
I wasn't
it's-
expecting that. I let out a scream. I don't know.
That's the thing.
One of those things when you don't expect something. It's like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
oh.
I think with me, because I haven't really experienced that much, I don't think I'm very sensitive to much. You know, a lot of ghost hunts, people go, oh my God, look at this, look at this. I'm like, I can't see it. Or, you know, I've had the odd things that have happened. Obviously, I saw that orb that time at Margam Castle in
You've
Wales.
heard, like, audio.
I have, yeah.
And like footsteps.
Oh, no, I know that there are things, but my mind at times, I don't know if it's just a self-preservation thing. I go, oh,
Yeah.
that could be faked. Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've always got to keep that in mind, that there could be folks
Absolutely.
like, doing
Yep.
some
I gotta sleep at
special
night.
effects down, you know, behind
Yep.
the scenes in the
Yeah.
background. Yeah, I think it's healthy
You've
to
got
have
to
that.
jazz it up for the
Yeah.
clients,
Oh,
otherwise
yeah.
they won't pay.
To be fair, a lot of the ghost hunts we've been on, they've generally all been pretty good. I don't know.
Well, I feel like, especially the ones we've done in Scotland, you can't fake that because you're all in a room together.
Edinburgh
You're all
Vaults,
there.
yeah.
There's no way. You just you know, I don't know. You get a feel for folks who are like forgeries, don't you?
Yeah.
You just get a gut feeling about people.
We I shouldn't really say this. Every event we have, we're like, which one's it going to be tonight? And you can guarantee you'll
nice.
see somebody walk through the door. It's that one tonight.
It's that one.
And genuinely, 9 times out of 10, we can
Usually
tell
the
them.
the very loud vocal people.
Yeah.
Like, everybody look at me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. So we get them every event. There's one, always one.
Love that.
Brilliant. So let's speak about events. So obviously we've been speaking about, we obviously met you for the first time at Buckingham Arms back in January 2025. A kind of famously haunted pub in what was Buckinghamshire. It's not Buckinghamshire anymore, which a lot of people, if anybody knows anything about Bedfordshire, Buckinghamshire, the people that were in Buckinghamshire, now in Bedfordshire, they still are angry that they're associated with a Luton postcode. That's a whole other story for a whole different thing. Yeah. And the Buckingham Arms used to have the two pubs that separated kind of the border in a sense. You had the Bedford Arms at the bottom of the hill where Bedfordshire kind of ended, and then the Buckingham Arms up the top of the hill, which is a very old pub. I don't know what year is it from. If you know off the top of your head,
I have no idea.
It's got to be a couple 100 years old, or maybe 100.
So.
Yeah.
Did you not do your research?
It's I'm like remembering things. I can't remember what I did 10 minutes ago. But it was I think we first encountered that pub in a book, which was like Haunted Bedfordshire and Buckinghamshire. I think it was called.
I first encountered it by walking up the hill and
walking in,
and
encountering the other spirits.
Yes, many spirits.
The good spirits. And they used to say that there was somebody that would go up to the door. It's a big plate glass door for a big part of it, and they used to say that there was somebody that you'd hear walk up to the door and knock, nobody there, and there was a few other kind of little stories there. So I was like, oh wow, that's pretty cool. And then when I think it was yourself, Alison, that spotted it, the event that was taking place, they were like, oh, we got to do that. We have to do that. And I'm glad we did, because it was good to see the pub. I think on the night, which was, again, where we come back to how ghostly gatherings do things, there wasn't actually a lot that kind of happened, but it was an enjoyable evening. And it was good in that respect, because we got to try methods. There were some little things that were happening. There was some kind of, I think, some voices in the cellar. There was,
Oh, because I was using the rods, and that was definitely, rods, that was definitely like working for me.
Yeah,
but, it was. It wasn't like, I wouldn't say it was like crazy energy. It was just that things were happening, just not like it wasn't crazy energy. It was a very nice vibe, like you said. It was very chill.
Yeah. It was lovely.
Relaxed.
I was very disappointed. I was expecting a lot more in there. After all the stories I'd heard about how much things were going on, I was actually very disappointed on that. I mean, not that we didn't have a good night, because everybody joined in, everybody got to use the equipment, but that's just the way it goes. You can go to the same place 10 times, and 10 times over, it'll be a different night every time.
Maybe the new owners might be like, come on, guys.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I'm gonna take a little wander up there very soon. See if I can get something booked in.
Fabulous. So for you, Emma, because obviously we were all in different groups, would you say, was there anything that you guys experienced that night that stood out to you? Or like you say, I know you said you were disappointed, but did anything...
There was in the front room, one group got a board going. I was kind of going around all the groups at that point. And we had an EMF meter going, and I think the name was George off the top of my head. I think it was a guy called George. He was in the Second World War.
Oh,
and
that rings a bell.
Every time they mentioned something about something, the EMF meter would go off on the fireplace, like it was connecting between the two.
Yeah.
And that's probably the most that we had all night. But it was working together.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they had a board going in something different. They were actually in conjunction. Yeah. They were working side by side, the two pieces of equipment. Because were you on the board then?
Yeah.
I think you were, weren't you?
It wasn't really moving a lot, and I don't remember anything. Oh, my memory's shocking anyway. But I don't remember anything being spelt out. But there was a slight amount of movement, whether that was just something spiritual or just natural human body movement without you noticing, or I don't know. But you reminding us of bits and bobs that came up, like the names, and
because we had the box with the spirit box that had the words flash
Hexcom.
Up.
Yeah,
is that what it was?
Yep.
Because I remember, that's where we had like a name come up and various different information started to come up on there, didn't it?
Yeah.
But then it petered out. Quite quickly, I think.
Yeah.
But again, it was all really interesting, and I would do it again, even if I am jumpy.
You saying that you'd like to go back up there? Is it just the once you've been to the Buckingham
Yeah.
Arms? Just once?
Yeah.
And you'd like to repeat that?
I would like to go in there just to see whether we get more next time, especially if they've refurbed. Yeah, that usually brings them out of the woodwork
It
completely.
looks like they've done a lot to the place
it looks really
as
good
well.
from the pictures
yeah,
I've seen.
it looks nice.
Amazing. What a transformation.
Yeah.
It's gone from really like, I don't know, trapped in the 70s to...
Yeah, a bit dry.
Yeah,
to,
I
like,
think it needed it, to be
modern,
honest. I
Yes.
think, and hopefully these guys will stay because it's been changed hands a little while, quite a few
Yeah.
times,
I think,
hasn't it?
yeah, that's the thing. Sadly, in the UK, pubs, this town used to have lots of pubs. There was always that urban legend that this town had the most pubs, and it was in the Guinness Book of World Records or something, which I don't think was 100% true. But everybody says it like it's fact.
Wouldn't be
yeah,
now.
check it out.
A kind of Mandela effect.
1978.
Yeah.
I'm lying.
Yeah, and it's just pubs in this country, they do struggle now, especially the way with taxes. People don't, I think people just live a little bit healthier generally as well and don't kind of go out like they used to as well. We're all miserable now in this country.
So
Taxes
expensive to
and-
go out.
Exactly, exactly. You can get a bottle of White Lightning out of Bargain Booze for about £2 and go down the park. You got
£2.
people there.
I ain't paying that.
Right, should we go for a quick fire round?
do it.
Should we go for a quick fire round?
Go.
We're gonna
Shuffle your
shoot.
papers, everyone.
We're
Shuffle
gonna
your
shoot questions at you, starting with Alison.
Oh,
No pressure.
go.
No
on the
pressure.
spot. Most haunted location. Oh, hang on. I was speaking to the microphone. Most haunted location you've ever investigated.
The cloisters in Letchworth.
Awesome.
What would you say is the most overrated ghost hunting gadget?
The SLS camera.
Okay. Has it been absolute rubbish?
Yeah, yeah, and it's very
Absolute
expensive piece of rubbish as well.
Oh, even worse.
Yeah.
That's no good.
We probably covered this a little bit, but your favourite investigation method?
Myself,
Yourself.
silent vigil.
I think I know the answer to this one. One paranormal TV show you actually enjoy.
If I had to choose one, it would be Oh My Gosh.
I don't know that
is
one.
he a YouTuber?
I haven't watched any
I've
recently. When he
heard
first
of
started,
him.
he was really good
Right.
and used to go to some amazing places.
I've heard of
But like everybody else, he kind of
Bent
went
to
a
the
bit
whole
Derek Acora type.
Oh.
and
entertainment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
purposes.
so I have, but his original stuff was really, really good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So, what is your dream location to investigate?
Winchester House in California.
Take me there.
100%. 100%. That is an incredible house, isn't it? You just
Yeah.
look at it and you're like, Jesus
I love a Victorian
Christ.
house,
I'm
but
also a
that
shooter,
house-
so the whole gun thing as well.
Oh, yeah.
It amazes
Are
me.
you clay pigeon or?
Wild, rough
Oh,
shooting.
wow.
Yeah.
Getting down there with the pigeons.
Indeed,
and-
yeah.
Oh, go
The
you.
pigeons.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the question I've put in here and I'm thinking, who makes these questions? Oh, it's me.
Oh, yeah. Bless you.
Believer, skeptic, or somewhere in the middle?
Oh, what do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I'm a bit unsure.
I think we know.
I think you're quite logical, which is good. I think that obviously you are a believer in in spirits. You are a believer that there is something there,
Yeah.
but you don't believe everything, which is
I am people
Yeah.
say I'm very logical.
Yeah.
You get rid of all the rubbish and you work with what's left.
Yeah.
Basically.
Love that.
And you would know from your experience. That's the thing, because you've been doing this for a long time now as well.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
and that's understandable. Yeah.
One thing people should know before attending their first ghost hunt, please.
That it's not like the TV. That it's going to be very quiet. Lots of hours of sitting patiently waiting for things to
Having a
happen.
rest. Just
Yeah.
get your feet up, people, and
Yeah.
just see.
Yeah. It's not what you think it's going to be if you've never been before.
After all these years, all the investigations, all the experiences, all the stories, I'm jazzing this up now, aren't I? What is the one thing you now know about the paranormal that you wish you'd knew when you started?
It's blooming hard work. Everybody sees it on the TV and it looks like fun and it looks really amazing. And when you get stuff coming through, it's absolutely fabulous. Behind the scenes, there's a lot of recording, there's a lot of paperwork, there's a lot of accounting, there's a lot of social media stuff to do. If you're just a one-man band that goes out, it's absolutely fine. But running what I run, I spent hours and hours and hours for very little payback. It's not something to go into unless you're very passionate and you have got a calling, because you're not going to make money out of it.
That's it, because we caught up with you a few weeks ago, and you kind of went through all the investigations that you had coming up with some really good kind of people from YouTube, some really good high profile investigators, and all your amazing pictures. Just talk us through your socials in the past just month alone. You've done some amazing stuff. You've been here, there, and everywhere.
I'm running on empty at the moment. I've had the most wonderful month. We've been to Graiseley Hall, we've been to the Skirrid, we've been to Clop Hill, we've been to Thurley, we've been to Llanelli Priory, Abergavenny. That was just 1 week.
Oh my goodness.
We did a live stream over in Oxfordshire the following week. Then we had this weekend we was down in Stonehenge for the summer solstice, which was absolutely phenomenal. It was such a good night, so I'm still catching up on sleep, having had no sleep on Saturday night. And then I'm at York and Whitby next week, so I should be glad when July comes and I can just take a break, because I'm absolutely on my knees at the moment, but it's been so well worth it. So well worth it. When I talk about it, I'm just smiling all the time. It's just in here. It's just so much of a passion for me.
So where can everyone find Ghostly Gatherings? Where can they find you?
We have a website, ghostlygatherings.co.uk. We also are on Facebook and TikTok and Instagram. I don't do Twitter or X or whatever it's called now. It's just too much like hard work. Yeah. We have a YouTube as well, but I don't really put that much up on there. Our main thing is Facebook. That's where all our videos and our photos and, other stuff that we do. Our live streams, you can come along to a live stream. During the summer months, we go out and find, ruins, and we invite the general public to come along for free just to get an idea of what ghost hunting is all about in the summer.
Educating the people.
Absolutely, yeah.
Awesome.
Great.
Try and get people hooked. Yeah. It's Marmite. It really is Marmite. You either... Yeah.
So, Emma, soon, hopefully, we're going to come out on an investigation with you.
Yes.
Which we are really looking forward to. What advice would you give us before we come along?
Just be open to everything. Just be very open. Negativity brings everything down. You get a negative person walks into a room and you can just feel the atmosphere drop.
Yeah.
If you're light, if you're bubbly, if you're joking, if you go in with a very positive frame of mind, you will get more than just walking in and saying, "Oh, this is a load of rubbish." You can tell, and as soon as somebody walks in the room, it just drops. It just drops, and we're like, "Oh God, here we go."
We just have like the excitement, don't we?
Yeah.
Because we've obviously done quite a few in the past.
Oh, we loved it. Yeah, like
oh my gosh.
the last one we actually did was probably the Buckingham Arms.
An addiction.
Yeah, and
once you get that little taste, like you say, and then you're like, "Oh my gosh, let's go again!" Like getting on a roller coaster. Let's go again. Oh gosh, brilliant.
Yeah. Before we kind of wrap up, what else have you got coming up that people could attend and get tickets for?
Well, we've got, like I say, during the summer months, now that summer holidays are coming up, we, on our Facebook page, will put up a little link, say if you want to come along, we'll put an area, say Oxfordshire, Bedfordshire, Luton, or wherever we're going to go, so people got an idea of venue. We don't actually give the location out until people put their name down, because we've had people turn up hiding in bushes making ghost noise and things. So we've stopped doing that. I mean, it was funny to start with, but it's just
boring.
Why would you do that?
They've got nothing better to do than hide in bushes and pretend to be
Can you imagine if
people hide in bushes?
Yeah, I was going to say, can you imagine if a copper walked past? What are you doing in that bush? Oh, we're here to scare ghost hunters. You know. Exactly.
Oh dear. Event-wise, we've got the Four Crosses coming up in Cannock, which I've never done. I know a couple of my friends, a couple of the team have done it, and they said it was amazing. So we've got that coming up. Wow. We're going back to the Bell in Thetford in Norfolk for our second one, which is amazing in there. We've got Abingdon Museum, which used to be an asylum. That's for Halloween. We've got that coming up for Halloween, which is going to be... We've done one already in there.
An asylum's a perfect place for Halloween.
Yeah. We've got the Cromwell, which is in Stevenage. We've got the Sun, which is in Hitchin. And then many more in between.
Wow.
In between, lovely.
Gosh, girl.
You're busy.
Lady.
I am indeed, yeah. I'm exhausted.
Oh, you need a week off. off. Have you got one coming?
Month.
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Well, Emma, you are fantastic.
Oh,
and you have been fantastic tonight. This has been a fantastic chat, a good catch up. Feels like we've known you all your life.
I know it does, doesn't it? We just kind of slotted in together.
Yeah.
It's really lovely.
It's good.
Sort of reached out to us as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
which was
wonderful.
lovely.
Just so
Yeah.
nice.
We are kind of new to the paranormal world with the kind of podcast we do. And we just love.
We're
We just
enjoying it.
love
We're really
the
enjoying
paranormal.
it.
Yeah, I
We
bet.
really are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
It will
we
take
love the
over your world. You know
storytelling,
that,
we
don't
love-
you?
I already get that feeling. Like if we haven't recorded a story, I'm like, oh, when are we doing the
When are
next
we doing
story?
the next one?
I've
Yeah.
got the love for telling
Yeah.
Got the bug.
stories
It'll
and-
completely take over. You'll be giving up your day jobs and you'll be doing this full time. It will be
Oh, wow. Can you
amazing.
imagine?
Living in a motorhome.
Oh, I'd love one. I'd love to just.
It'd have to be named the Mystery Machine. You'd have to do that,
Absolutely,
wouldn't you? You'd
yeah.
have to.
Yeah,
wouldn't you?
I saw one actually at Stonehenge on Saturday. There was one
Oh,
parked
wow.
up. Yeah.
Oh, I bet that was incredible. I bet there was some good energy there as well.
Oh,
actually.
it was phenomenal. Absolutely awesome. Yeah. Unfortunately, it's become very commercialised as well. So you've got
It's
all
like
the
Glastonbury and everything. Yeah, it's the same
and
vein,
it's
isn't it?
kind
now?
of not what it's about. You know, it's supposed to be there for those appreciating the nature and the sun and you know the turn of the wheel and it's. But it was still amazing. It was still an amazing night, and we're going back next year.
Oh, wonderful.
Yeah.
Join us if you like.
Oh man, I'd love
Might be a plan. Might be a plan.
I've only seen Stonehenge from the road.
Yeah, 'cause
I
it's
know
near
as
the
well.
motorway,
You've
isn't
done
it?
better than
Yeah.
me then.
Yeah, but they take all the barriers down on solstice, so you can actually go and touch and get the energy off the stones and everything.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's the only time of the year you're allowed to touch them.
Wow. Well, thank you for coming on. Thank you for
Thank you
giving
for having
everyone
me.
an insight, not just into ghostly gatherings, but into ghost hunting in general. And much like us, you can find Emma everywhere: Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram.
Not
Twitter. She probably won't reply on there. We've let this now. We've let this now, and probably carry a pigeon. We probably imagine as well. So get following, get liking her, and you'll find all the links to all her socials on her website, ghostlygatherings.co.uk. Emma, thank you.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank
You're
you,
wonderful.
my lovely.
Thank you.
Don't forget to follow us on social media. We are absolutely everywhere now. We are now on YouTube. So just search This Is a Ghost Story, all one word, to find us on there.
So we are on Twitter or X at a Ghost Story Pod.
We're on Facebook. This is a ghost story.
And Instagram, This Is a Ghost Story, all one word.
Or you can find us on TikTok at this.is.a.ghost.story.
Please leave us a review wherever you listen to your podcasts.
And remember, if you have a paranormal experience that you would like us to read on the show,
please email us at thisisagghoststory@icloud.com.
we'll see you next time.